Live from the BDN Studios, it's Bang and Dang.
That's awesome.
If you don't like that, then
You ain't black.
On December 15th, 1880, Governor Wallace put up a $500 reward on Billy's head, and Pat Garrett began a relentless pursuit of the outlaw. Old Pat Garrett has to chase down his former friend, because him and Billy were chummy back in the day.
yeah,
A couple weeks ago, really, until Pat Garrett became a
lawman.
Garrett set up many traps and ambushes in an attempt to apprehend Billy, but Billy seemed to have an animal instinct that warned him of the danger. But that was not to last.
It was not.
Trailed by the resolute Garrett, Billy the Kid, Billy Wilson, Rudaball, Tom O'Folliard, Charlie Beaudry, and Tom Pickett rode warily into Fort Sumner, New Mexico.
They did.
On December 19th, 1880, and were confronted by Garrett's posse, which had been hiding in an old post hospital building.
Just waiting.
How do you know they were going to go there? First
sure
of
he had
all,
scouts.
Did he?
I'm sure.
Pat Garrett, Lon Chambers, and several others leaped from cover as Garrett ordered the outlaws to halt.
Halt.
However, several of the posse members didn't wait for the outlaws to respond to Garrett's demand, instead opening fire on Pickett and O'Folliard, who were riding in front. Though Pickett survived to escape, O'Folliard lay dead in the dusty street.
He was.
That was what are those things called? A tumbleweed rolled right over his face.
Right over his face.
Rudaball's horse caught a bullet and collapsed, where Rudaball managed to jump onto Wilson's horse, and he and the other outlaws escaped, holing up in an abandoned cabin near Stinking Springs, New Mexico. Where we at? We're in Stinking Springs. Freaking Stinking Springs.
Soon thereafter, the determined Garrett's posse tracked the outlaws down and surrounded the hideout. Inside of the house were Billy, Charlie, Dave Rudaball, Tom Pickett, and Billy Wilson. When Beaudry passed before an open window, boom,
bam,
shot in the chest.
Right in the chest.
Idiot.
Why would you go through a
He's
window?
Like, I'm just going to walk past this window and look and see what's going on.
I'm sure they didn't know they were out there, though.
I mean, you had to be.
They were probably off in the woods, not knowing. Now they know that they're out there.
Somebody's got to be looking out.
Oh, Charlie.
You can't just assume you're safe. The siege continued to the next day when Rudaball finally waved a white flag and the bandits surrendered. They're like, we're done.
Why did Dirty Dave get to decide that?
Because Billy Ferry told him, he was like, just wave that flag. He ain't going to do it, right?
Right.
2030.
What do you mean? He's already a snitch.
I know.
Snitched on.
What's his face?
Ooh, yeah, the one guy that made him watch the murders.
But that was probably like a vengeance thing too, right?
Yeah, probably.
Billy Kid and his gang of rustlers were captured on the 23rd of December in 1880. Billy was the first taken to a jail in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Oh, shit.
When they arrived on the 26th of December, they were met by crowds of curious onlookers.
Curious.
Billy rode up in town with them. He was like, wow, that crowd looks very curious.
Why are they so curious?
They're onlooking pretty well.
We'll call them Georges.
The following day, an armed mob gathered at the train depot before the prisoners, who were already on board the train with Garrett, departed for Santa Fe. Deputy Sheriff Romero.
An armed mob gathered at the train depot before the prisoners, who were already on board the train with Garrett.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Deputy Sheriff Romero, backed by an angry group of men,
There you go.
demanded custody of Dave Rudaball. You guys can take the rest. We just want that Dirty Dave.
Dirty Dave killed our dirty local jailer.
He left our jail cell very dirty.
Damn it, he's got a fucking cloud of dust like fucking Linus.
They wanted Dirty Dave. Not only did he leave his jailhouse dirty, he killed a local jailer as well.
Yep.
He didn't mean to. It was just the dust was so thick. The guy suffocated. Garrett refused to surrender. He's like, no, I'm taking this guy. He's my prisoner. And we're going to Santa Fe. An intense confrontation ensued until he agreed to let the sheriff and two other men accompany the party to Santa Fe.
He's like, I'm not giving you them.
Here's what I can do. One of you and two other guys can come along. Other than that,
well, that makes three of you.
He's talking to the sheriff. He said, you and two other guys can come along, but everybody else, you stay put. And they're like, fuck it. All right.
He's like, I'm not giving them to you. These are my prisoners now, but you're welcome to tag along and make your case to the governor.
He might be able to let you bring them all the way back here and
right.
do what you're going to do, but who's even say that you're going to make it back?
Exactly.
In a later interview with a reporter, Billy the Kid said he was unafraid during the incident, saying, if I only had my Winchester, I'd lick the whole crowd.
If I only had my Winchester.
Right. The Las Vegas Gazette ran a story from a jailhouse interview following Bonnie's capture. When the reporter said Bonnie appeared relaxed, he replied, "What's the use of looking on the gloomy side of everything? The laugh's on me this time."
Yep, sure is. Got yourself in deep shit, now you're caught.
And then he probably chuckles.
Well,
I don't know if that's how he laughed. It might have been.
it could have been. Billy got sentenced. Then he was moved to Lincoln, where he was held under guard on the top floor of the town courthouse.
I don't understand why they always bring him back to this, like the Lincoln and all that, knowing that there's
Right. I mean, come on. What this guy done. And they just put him in a room in the top of the
Right.
courthouse. Like,
leave
what the
him
fuck?
in the fucking with the governor.
The governor, you would think. Like,
They got a nice fancy jailhouse over there.
this guy's escaped from fucking
Right.
everything imaginable, and they just do this?
Yeah.
Come on. Well, on the evening of April 28th, 1881, while Garrett was in White Oaks collecting taxes, Deputy Bob Olinger took 5 other prisoners across the street for a meal, leaving James Bell, another deputy, alone with Bonnie at the jail.
course.
Oh, jeez. Bonnie asked to be taken outside to use the outhouse behind the courthouse. On the return to the jail, Bonnie, who was walking ahead of Bell up the stairs to a cell, hid around a blind corner, slipped out of his handcuffs,
Right.
and beat Bell with the loose end of the cuffs. Holy shit. How do you slip out of handcuffs? Well, during the ensuing scuffle, Bonnie grabbed Bell's revolver and
Did.
fatally shot him in the back as Bell tried to get away. Bonnie had his legs still shackled and broke into Garrett's office and took a loaded shotgun left behind by Olinger.
Yep.
Bonnie waited at the upstairs window for Olinger to respond to the gunshot that killed Bell and called out to him, "Look up, old boy, and see what you get." When Olinger looked up, Bonnie shot and killed him.
Damn.
After about an hour, Bonnie freed himself from the leg irons with an axe. Damn. He obtained a horse and rode out of town.
Sure in hell did.
According to some stories, he was singing as he left Lincoln.
Hey, all right.
He was like, damn, and old Robert M. Olinger died here,
You
killed
just
by Billy the
lost
Kid.
Billy the Kid.
April 28th, 1881. You think it's still there?
What?
That little headstone.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
They
I don't
couldn't
see
even
why not.
spell. They couldn't even get a big enough brick to spell his first name. They could at least put Bob.
Well, they could have.
They put Robbed.
Wrapped.
Robt M. Olinger. And they spelled his name wrong. It's one L. And they put 2 L's on the stone.
Maybe that's how you really spell it.
Jeez.
Maybe that's how you really spell it.
Yeah, maybe I doubt it.
Well, Billy Kid was on the run. Governor Wallace placed a new $500 bounty on the fugitive's head. Almost 3 months after his escape, Garrett, responding to rumors that Billy was in the vicinity of Fort Sumner, left Lincoln with 2 deputies on the 14th of July in 1881 to go question resident Pete Maxwell, a friend of Bonnie's.
Okay.
Maxwell's son of land
Hey.
Baron Lucian Maxwell.
You guys all know who that is, don't you?
Right.
What's he from?
Philip. Spoke to
Is
Garrett.
Lucian? Is
Lucian.
he
I
the
think it's Lucian.
is he
Lucian.
the-
Lucian Maxwell.
Cimarron guy, or is he the
Lucian.
Las Vegas, New Mexico guy? Remember the one that had the big ass land
Oh.
grant?
Is that him?
Yeah. Which one was he? Cimarron or fucking Las Vegas, New Mexico? One of them.
I think it was New Vegas.
New Vegas, Fallout.
Spoke with, anyway, what happened here? Yeah, Garrett was going to speak to the son of the land baron, Lucian Maxwell. His name is Pete,
Yes.
which he spoke to Lucian several hours before. Yeah, Garrett left Lincoln with 2 deputies on the 14th of July, 1881.
No.
Okay, around midnight of the 14th of July, the pair sat in Maxwell's darkened bedroom when Bonnie unexpectedly entered.
Yep.
Accounts vary as to what happened next. According to most versions, as he entered the room, Bonnie failed to recognize Garrett due to the poor lighting. Drawing his revolver and backing away, Bonnie asked, Queeness? I don't know if that's how you say it, which means, who is it? Who is it? Recognizing Bonnie's voice, Garrett drew his revolver and fired twice. The first bullet struck Bonnie in the chest just above his heart, while the second missed. Garrett's account leaves it unclear whether Billy was killed instantly or took some time to die.
Oh.
A few hours after the shooting, a local justice of the peace assembled a coroner's jury of 6 people. The jury members interviewed Maxwell and Garrett, and Bonnie's body and the location of the shooting were examined.
So he walks into the room,
Right. Who is it? Who is
completely dark, sees somebody else sitting there. I mean, he probably would have been,
it? Or at least took cover or something.
who the hell is that? Who's that?
Right.
Who's that?
Who the fuck is you? Right?
And then boom,
That'd make more sense.
dead. Well, the coroner's jury certified the body as Bonnie's, and according to a local newspaper, the jury foreman said it was the kid's body that we examined. Okay. Bonnie was given a wake by candlelight that same day. He was buried the next day. Yeah, buried the next day, and his grave was denoted with a wooden marker.